So we're going to talk about converting from decimals to fractions. So the first thing you need to do is correctly read them. We do read them incorrectly a lot, and that's probably the teacher's fault that we let you do that. But you need to know place values. So what place is the 7 in? It's in the tenths place, so just write 7/10. If it does simplify, you would need to, and that one doesn't. What place is the last digit in here? The 9 is in the hundreds place, so this is 29 hundredths. 46 is in the 6 is in the hundreds, so it'd be 46 hundredths, but this one we can simplify. 2 goes into both of them, so you divide them both by 2, you get 23 fiftieths. Nothing goes into that, so you'd be in good shape. Okay, what place is the 5 in? Remember, it goes tenths, hundredths, thousandths, so it's 125 over 1,000. Well, that will simplify. It just depends upon what you see. I do know that, you might see that 25 goes into both of them, so it would go 5 over 40. And then 5 goes in each one of those, you're going to get 1 over 8. And you could simplify other ways too, but that would be one way that would work. So you do need to make sure that you simplify. Now, what if, though, we have a repeating decimal that we're trying to convert? So in this case, it's a little more complicated because it's not, the places go on forever. So I'm going to go through these steps, and then you'll see how they work here in a minute. We're going to set it equal to n, the repeating decimal. We're going to multiply both sides by 10 to whatever power the number of repeating digits. So if this one has 2 repeating digits, we'd multiply by 10 to the second, which is 100. Here, if we have 1 repeating digit, we'd multiply by 10 to the first, which would be 10. Subtract the 2 equations and solve for n. So these are kind of the steps we're going to use for doing this next problem. All right, so we want to solve 0.8, or find what 0.8 repeating is as a fraction. So the first thing is set it equal to n. Since 1 digit repeats, we're going to multiply both sides by 10. So that would give us, and I'm going to write it above here because we're going to subtract in a minute, 10n equals 8.8 repeating. Now we're going to subtract the 2. 10n minus 1n would be 9n. And over here, all these repeating 8s are going to give us 0, so we're just left with 8. And hopefully we remember how to solve a fraction. The opposite of multiply by 9 would be divide by 9, and we get our fraction 8/9. So that's kind of the process you go through to convert. So you end up multiplying by how many digits repeat is what you have to figure out. Multiply by that power of 10, in this case 10, and then subtract and solve. Alright, so let's try this one. And in this case, what repeats? The 2/7 repeats, so that's 2 digits that repeat. So I'm going to set this equal to n. N equals my number, 0.0227 repeating. Since I have 2 digits to repeat, I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. So n times 100 is 100n. And again, the easy way to multiply by 100 would be move my decimal over 2. So it'll be, when I move it over 2, it'll be 2 point. I try to line up my decimal here so you can see 27, 27, etc., like that. Sorry, it took me a minute to write that. And so we're going to get 99n, and over here when you subtract, you're going to get 2.25, and then all the rest are going to be zeros. Now this is going to be a little more complicated because we're going to divide both sides by 99, and we get a decimal in a fraction that we don't want. So we can't leave that. So to get rid of this decimal, we'd have to move the decimal over 2. That'd give us 225. So if we did that on the top, we need to do it on the bottom. 9900. We need to find something that goes into these. Again, 25 is what I like, so I'm going to divide them by 25, and I get 9 over, and you can use a calculator to do that dividing if you need to, 396. And 9 actually goes into both these, so I need to reduce one more time and get 1 over 44. So lots of steps to convert this.